Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have a nice little video for you all to enjoy. This is a video game video, one of my many videos I'll be making along with my card videos as well. This is going to be more specifically talking into a more perspective of giving you more information on how to identify fake games or reproduction games. If you're getting into collecting video games at all, you're going to find, especially with older cartridge-based games nowadays, the older Nintendo or Game Boy Advance games, N64 games, you name it, you're going to start to find there's a lot of reproductions out there that are posing as real copies. If you look at the pricing today of most video games, for example, of this game here, which is called The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advance. I mean, check this out. As you can see that this game actually sells for an average, just the game cartridge itself is about $75 just for the game. And back in the day when this game was sold, it was probably a $29 game brand new in the store. If you have a complete copy of the game, which means CIB, which is the game, the manual, and the original box with hopefully most of the artwork that goes with it, and it's in good condition, you're looking at upwards of about $200 for that entire bundle. So something similar to this, like this Pokemon Gold version right here. See, it's got the box, original, manual, and game inside. So it makes it more valuable. But still, just this game alone is $75 just for this cartridge. So you can imagine buying one online and not knowing what you're buying. That's why I'm making this video, so you understand what you're looking for. The tall tale signs of when it's a fake and when it's real. So the biggest things to look for this game, we'll zoom in a little bit here for you guys to see better. I'm going to tilt you down. Hopefully you guys find some enjoyment in this. I love video games, and this type of stuff helps me, not only me educate myself, but also I love helping other people. So helping you all out is even better for me. So let's see what we can do here. So first off, you can look at these two copies here. As you can see, one is a little bit brighter on the label and the other one is slightly not as bright. So based on looking at that, if you didn't know the original cover art, meaning the color of what the cartridge should look like, you would look at this or you would look at this and go, they both look fine to me because I don't know what the difference in the color is. Okay, so let's just scratch that off the list, okay? The next thing you should look for, let's take this one for example, is on the actual label, Nintendo prints out a very fine embossed number on each label. That label represents the batch of this video game, of this exact game, Zelda the Minish Cap. So it has to have that number on the label, and that's the first sign that it's authentic. So let's look at this one closer. So I'm going to shine the light. As you can see, hopefully you can see that okay. I'm going to shine the light here and we'll see if you see the numbers pop up. Oh, they're a little hard to see. Okay, right there. See the 41 right here? Watch. See that right there? The 41 right there. So it's right above there. That's perfect. See the 41? Yeah, that's the embossed right there. The 41 above that Nintendo seal. And you can see right here it says official Nintendo seal. Okay? That's already a good sign right there. This is authentic. Okay? Let's take this one. Okay, now that we're tracking it, this one's probably authentic. You see how much brighter the color is? This one's not as bright, okay? As you can see, it's not as bright. The red's very darker red-ish color. Let's take a look and see if we can see any number embossed anywheres on here. Okay, so far I'm not seeing any numbers at all. It would pop pretty quick. Kind of like how this one, if I just bring it out like this and I just go like that, you see how it pops right there, the 41? Okay. Alright, so I don't see any numbering on this one, so that's already a bad sign. Let's look at the label where it says Game Boy Advance at the top. Game Boy Advance. Okay, now look at this one. Do they look similar? They look pretty darn close if you ask me. Advance, Advance, yep, it looks pretty same. So the cartridge itself could be the same, like the plastic casing, okay? Let's look on the back. Nintendo Model NO Age 002 patent pending, made in Japan. It says the same thing. Looks almost identical on the back. So if you look at the two, they look the same. Okay? Alright. So, that being said, see this right here? It says AUG 82. I can't see that very well. This one I can see, but BZME. It's smaller on this one. This one's bigger. So, those are the very beginning signs that you can tell that this one is actually a fake. This one's the real copy, this one's fake. Now, obviously you're shopping online, right? So you're looking online to buy these, and that's the only way you can really tell right off the bat, by looking at that label, okay? If you can somehow see it online, okay? Obviously you're not going to be able to take this thing apart, because it's online, you can't rip it apart. But that's the true way of knowing this is, whether this is real or this one's real. That's the true way of knowing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these two up, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two, okay? I would do a fast forward type thing, but off just like that. Okay. Obviously right from the get-go, you can see there's a huge difference between the two on the internals, right? This one you can clearly see has a microchip and a smaller microchip, and then this one has a soldered chip and then some kind of a microchip here. I'm not even sure what that's supposed to do. Alright, so the first dead giveaway, okay, is obviously the chipset is different. But let's just say we pretend like we don't know which one's real, right? Like we originally did. So we take away the labels, which I'm not going to do, but we'll just pretend like we don't know which one's real. And how would you know the difference between which one would be real, which one wouldn't be real, obviously? So here's what you're going to look for. You can actually see this without taking it apart if you're lucky enough to get a flashlight in there to look. But they're getting tricky with this. They're making it tricky because they don't want you to be able to see it without knowing what it really is. Okay? See how it says right here, 2001 Nintendo AGE blah blah blah, the number, okay? So this right here, this seal alone with this copyright information on here alone tells me this is authentic. This is 100% real. Okay? Set that back down. Now let's take this one. Look closely at this one. You'll notice something. It looks very similar, right? But 2002, not 2001. 2002. What is it trying to say to us? Nil tel de. Can't even pronounce it. NLHTEHDO. Doesn't even say Nintendo. It says something else. I don't even know what that is. I can't even pronounce it. That's your dead giveaway right there. They're not going to put Nintendo because they could get sued, right? So they're not going to put the actual name of the manufacturer, the real manufacturer, on there. So that's the dead giveaway, okay? Now here's another thing. Like I said, you can see this when it's put together. I don't know if I can get this with my camera or not, but we'll try. So I'm going to put this back together. Right? Okay. See if we can see what I'm trying to show you. If they'll even allow me to. Might be too hard to do without a flashlight. Okay, so let's see if I can turn on the flash on this. There we go. Alright. With the naked eye, you can see right here. It says 2001 Nintendo. You know, you can see it says Nintendo. If you get the right angle on there, you can kind of see that, right? Okay. So this one, the way that they put those letters in there, they make it harder because if you see this at an angle, you might see it like this and be like, oh yeah, that totally says Nintendo. It's kind of hard to make out for sure because the top part's kind of cut off. So if you look at it, you'll see the Nintent. Yeah, hey, okay, I think it says Nintendo. Yeah. Without like really knowing for sure exactly what you're looking at, without taking it apart. So that's how they get you. Okay? So now let's test them out. Okay? Let's test both games out. We got our trusty Game Boy here. Of course, gotta have a Game Boy. This is the only way to test it out. This is actually, I've had this since it came out. I've had it for many years, over 20 years now. Model AGS101. This is the Game Boy Advance SP that actually gets brighter, which is kind of nice. All right, so let's test out the real copy first. Okay, I'll pop this in there. I'll turn off this flash. I'm gonna kill our eyes here. Come on. Off. There we go. Okay, go and power this bad boy on. Let me tilt this down. Actually, I gotta tilt it up. What am I thinking? So we can see it. There we go. Okay. Capcom, Nintendo. There you go. The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. It's actually, if you've never played it, this is an awesome game. Highly recommend it. And there's my game. I actually started over. It, believe it or not, it still saves. Still saves. It's a flash memory save, which is kind of nice. Okay, there you go. We'll get into the game and see how it plays. So as you can see, it plays just fine. Great game too. Okay, let's go and turn off the real copy. Remember, 75 bucks online nowadays. So you want to make sure you know what you're buying. Okay? Especially on Facebook. Okay, this is the reproduction copy. Notice how it takes a little bit longer to boot up? See that? You notice that? I noticed that when I first tried it. I was like, something seems weird. Why is this taking so long to load? Oh, I didn't even start a game yet. I don't think I can skip the intro. Alright, well, in any case, you can see it works just fine, though. So if you just want, like, a cheap copy that you know is reproduction, and they're not trying to sell it as a real copy for the same price, and you can get one of these repros for really cheap, might not be a bad idea to get one just so you can try the game, or just have, like, a travel copy, so if you lose it, you're not, like, depressed because you lost a real expensive one. So, I don't know. It's worth a shot, but there you go. You can see it works just fine. And that is the video game video I created for you this time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a really fun video for me to show you guys the awareness of the reproduction copies that are out there nowadays, of finding a real copy versus a reproduction copy and not being duped into paying $75 like you would for this copy for this. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think about all of this good stuff. And I'll keep them coming. I have lots of other great ones to show you guys. But until then, you guys stay safe out there. And keep on playing.